as a PhD scholar of Performing Arts Dance, Sister Nivedita University. We are deeply honored that Padma Shri Gita Chandran ma'am has graciously accepted our invitation to conduct a seminar cum workshop on Bharat Natyam. And to begin with this wonderful occasion, I would request Honorable Pro-Chancellor Sir, Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, to please welcome ma'am, and we start this occasion with the watering of the vase. I would also request Padma Shri Gita Chandran ma'am to please come on stage, and Sri Gautam Ghosh sir, Advisor Performing Arts, Sister Nivedita University, and Sir Rajiv sir to please come on stage and grace the occasion. Thank you.
Watering plant.
I would request all our esteemed guests to please come here and inaugurate this occasion by watering the plant.
Momita di kothay? Please, please, please. Also,
And Dr. Meenal Parikh ma'am, Dean Performing Arts, Sister Nivedita University, to please grace the occasion. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now, with this wonderful and rare opportunity, we would like to felicitate Padma Shri Gita Chandran ma'am, who is a leading exponent Bharatnatyam artist and a living legend. Ma'am's presence today is a blessing and a guiding light for all aspiring dancers and researchers here. Ma'am, we request you to please come on stage, and requesting Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sir Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay to please come on stage and felicitate our esteemed guest. Thank you. Along with that, I would also request Professor Gautam Ghosh sir, Advisor, Sister Nivedita University, Performing Arts, to please come on stage. And our Meenal Parikh ma'am, Dean, Performing Arts, Sister Nivedita University. On behalf of Sister Nivedita University, I extend our heartful gratitude and a very warm welcome to you. We request you, ma'am, to say a few words.
I thank the SNU and the faculty for this honor, because as performers, we travel the world to perform, and it's a rare opportunity to come to a university and to be in touch with the scholars and the performers and the academicians, because I seriously believe that there is a huge gap between performance and academia in the arts. The two are looking opposite directions. And scholars seldom go to programs, and artists seldom go to lectures. So I think this is really the confluence of performers and scholars. And I seriously believe that we must bridge this gap, because dance performance needs scholarship, and scholars need to have the anubhuti, the experience of performance, because both otherwise are not complete in themselves. So I consider this a wonderful opportunity to be able to dialogue with these young dancer performers and future academicians, and see how this gap in the future can be, in a sense, narrowed down. I also take this opportunity to thank Rajiv and Mao for having thought of this project, because I'm here to basically do a Bharat Natyam intensive workshop, which just concluded yesterday. It was a 3-day workshop where we had to close the entries because we had 68 participants, and it was a huge responsibility to actually teach for 3 days wonderful young minds, young bodies, young performers who wanted to learn and were full of enthusiasm and excitement in the workshop. So I'm here for that. And I stayed back for a day to be able to do this. And I'm glad I took the decision, because the university is really beautiful. And I'm sure the work that is being done here is exemplary.
Thank you, ma'am. We are really, truly honored that we get an opportunity just with your presence here at the university, and we will be able to witness a seminar and a workshop on your behalf. Ma'am's presence today is truly a blessing, and this interaction will not only enhance their technical knowledge, but also broaden the artistic vision and discipline and the understanding of the philosophical essence of the classical dance, Bharatanatyam. With this, we are going to begin our session, and I would request all the students to please be seated. We are going to start the session very shortly. Thank you. Okay. Ma'am, please come on stage, and I would request all the students to please come a little forward.
Will it be too much of a problem for you all to sit here? I think that is the best way I can get an eye contact rather than sitting at the back. Do you think it's a problem to sit here? Yeah. Yeah.
Please come forward, all of you.
हाँ, थोड़ा आगे कर दीजिए. Yes, it's fine.
We are really very lucky here as students, scholars, and our respective dancers who have come from outside of the university to also witness this wonderful occasion, a seminar and workshop from Padma Shri Gita Chandran ma'am, who is truly not only an exponent in Bharatanatyam, but also a visionary in discipline and artistic vision. We are very much happy and confident that this session will leave a wonderful impact on our students' artistic journeys. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and welcome to the short interaction. I would call it an interaction because I don't want to keep talking here without really making it a two-way understanding, because I think that's more important to know what you think and how I can add to what your perception of the arts is. Since today is a very special day, and as I was talking to the Vice Chancellor, he said that you began in the morning with a celebration of the Vivekananda birthday today, with a morning encircling with a kind of a Sankirtan and with a tableau, etc. Because we all know that the day is celebrated as Youth Day as well, National Youth Day. So this is the young youth energy that we have in this country, which you will be taking over the reins of this country very shortly. So you are the future. And I think the tenets today, the times are extremely turbulent, and there is too much stress all around. There's too much war, there's too much violence, and I think the responsibility of the arts and the artists becomes even more important. We can be the stress busters. We can be the people who can de-stress people, who can move people from violence to non-violence. So I think our role is very, very important. So all of you need to see the arts in a very holistic way. You're fortunate to be in a university where there's theater, there's music, there is dance, and truly all these three are overlapping within our tradition. We never saw it as different from each other. It's only during the British time that these were all broken up into different disciplines. Earlier, a dancer could never become a dancer without knowing music, without knowing sculpture, without knowing literature, without knowing poetry. And that stands today. Today, I think anybody who is a successful dancer needs to understand music. If you can't sing it, at least you must know the nuances of music. You must have read a lot of poetry. Reading is a huge casualty today. Nobody reads. Many people come and ask me, how do I widen my understanding or vocabulary of Abhinaya? How do you widen the vocabulary of Abhinaya? Only by reading. Only by reading poetry, only by understanding the similes, the metaphors that are given in the books, and then trying to translate that into dance. So there is no magic wand. These are all absolutely musts if you are wanting to be a dancer and if you want to create dance. Because first is the learning of the dance. You understand the basics and the vocabulary and the basic grammar of the dance. Then you practice it so much that it becomes second nature for you. Then you don't worry about the technique. And then you can fly and you can make your dance, the dance your own. So this is a long process where the dancer engages in a journey. It's a journey. And dance has to become your own life breath. It is a passion-driven activity. It is not something that is restricted to 1 hour of the class that you do or the time you spend in a studio. It has to become your second nature. You eat dance, you drink dance, you sleep dance. And when you're awake, of course, you think about dance. So if you see a tree swaying in the wind, you see dance, right? You see some kind of a sound of a mechanized thing going, you see tala there. You see? So at least I always see dance in wherever. I see a beautiful architectural building, I see the movement in the lines. So dance is everywhere. You must know to perceive it. So that's how we say architecture, dance, everything is a creative endeavor. And we all need to understand all these beautiful aspects which celebrate rasa. Can anybody tell me what is rasa? What is rasa? Anybody can add? Okay, then. Rasa is essence. The essence. So, rasa is there not just in dance. I'm not asking about rasa in dance. Rasa is an all-pervasive thing. It is not, there has to be rasa in the way you eat. There has to be rasa in the way you dress. There has to be rasa in the way you walk. I saw many of you walking. You all didn't look dancers. You have to walk and you can tell you're a dancer because the body is aesthetic. That is rasa. You smell something, you enjoy that, that is rasa. Today the wind was blowing and, I was feeling as though every pore in my body was alive. That is rasa. So rasa is an experience. It is the essence of beauty, of aesthetics. So that is not limited to just dance. It has to be there in life. You have to be a rasik before becoming a dancer. ये से ना ये रसिक हैं क्यों बोलते हैं हम क्योंकि उनमें रस है. You see some people, you always emanate positive energy. When you see them, you get energy from them. They have something special. That is rasa. That is that intangible quality which you have. You see, some teachers, you love to listen to their lectures. Some teachers, you say, oh, I have to put up with this person for 1 hour. Ni rasa. That is the opposite. Right? There are more nirasa people than rasa people. Because today, you're all, even as I speak, I need a certain feedback from you, right? Most of you are so engrossed with this that you have become emotionless. I have been teaching dance for a number of years now. And I find today's generation very hard to teach Abhinaya. Simply because they are disconnected with social behavior, interaction, human interaction. It's so much with that screen or this screen that the whole habit of actually reacting to something or reacting to somebody is lost. When we were children, if some guest has come of our mother or our father, we were supposed to come, sit there, talk to them, say namaskar, and engage in conversation. Today I've seen when I go to my friend's house or somewhere, you'll have the youngster coming, hello auntie, and going away. Right? So there is this disconnect because she is my mother's friend. I don't need to engage with her, Yuri. I have my friends to engage with. So this whole thing of not really relating to people to connect, I think that is also reflecting in dance. So in dance, I think it's so important to have, firstly, the body is a temple. You need to understand, even if I sit here without speaking, I am communicating. My body is communicating with my body language. So it is not that when you're sitting like this, you have to be like a Buddha like this. Say what you have to say. The engagement comes only when you are totally engaged with that person and your body also, in a sense, gives that signal that you're enjoying what you're doing. My teacher used to say that you have to fill yourself with so much rasa that when you even stand on stage, it should overflow. So for that process of filling yourself with rasa has to happen first. So that even when I stand, I have to communicate. I'm communicating something. I'm actually, my body is communicating even if I don't use hastas, I don't use my own music, I don't use anything. So I think that connect needs to be there with people first, then with your art form. It has to be a very strong connection with your art form. It cannot be through your teacher. You learn the art form from your teacher, make the dance your own, and connect with the dance directly. Many people say, I connect to my dance through my teacher. That's the first level. The next level has to be to make the dance your own and then communicate with your dance directly. This is very important. At this point, I'd like to sing a little verse because I'm also a trained musician and I love music. You need some water? Please give us some water. You're okay? Yeah. So this is because this is a question asked many times, can the arts be contemporary? Can the classical arts be contemporary? Many of us have this question before us because these are all old art forms, 3,000 years old, and it's been going on. Is it possible for contemporary minds to understand this art? Is it possible to relate to contemporary issues through the art form? These are questions that are... So for this, I take a very simple example where Bharat Ratna Srimati M.S. Subbulakshmi was asked by the UN General Assembly to sing on peace. So sing something on peace. So she was a classical musician. She used to sing ragas in Carnatic music. She was the legend. And she was asked to sing this. So first thing she did is she went to a scholar and made him write a verse. And she set it to music and she sang there. It's about universal peace and harmony. How we wish this world is free of war and we have a safe space to live in. So I'd like to sing this for you. I'd like you to close your eyes and just connect with yourself, right? Maitrim bhajata akhila krijetrim. Maitrim bhajata akhila krijetrim. Maitrim bhajata akhila krijetrim. Atmavadeva paranapi pashyata. Atmavadeva paranapi pashyata. Yuddham tyajata spardham tyajata. Yuddham tyajata spardham tyajata. Tyajata pareshvara kramamakramanam. Tyajata pareshvara kramamakramanam. Maitrim bhajata akhila krijetrim. Maitrim bhajata akhila krijetrim. Jananim prithvim kamadudhaste. Jananim prithvim kamadudhaste. Janako devaha sakala dayalo. Janako devaha sakala dayalo. Damyatata dayadvam दत्ता दयध्वं जनता श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजयत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजयत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजयत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजयत्री. Thank you. So I think, yeah, faces have changed. So there is this calming down, right? So music has this huge power to calm you down and to bring you into focus. So that is why I said that in this stressful era, it's very important to use the fine arts, to use the performing arts as a tool to de-stress and to kind of spread positivity. I know people are all here from different disciplines. I know there are Odissi dancers, there are Bharat Natyam. How many of you are Odissi dancers? Only 2. And how many are Bharat Natyam dancers? All are Bharat Natyam dancers. Kathak? Okay, 4 Kathak. So you have many, many disciplines. So I think I'd like to perform a small piece for you first. Also to make you think about how tradition can be taken forward by thinking about it and making it interesting and making it a little more personal. I don't know how many of you all know Krishna Ni Begane Baro. It's a very, very popular piece. And it is in Kannada. And it is basically Yashoda talking to baby Krishna and asking baby Krishna to come to her. It's a very simple piece. And the poet says, Krishna ni begane baro. Krishna, ni is you, begane is quickly, baro is come. So this is the first line of the piece. So I was taught this piece when I was, I think, 8 or 9 by my teacher. And it has stayed with me. I have, in a sense, danced it many, many times with many vocalists singing it for me. And I kept thinking about this calling. The calling, can happen in different ways. So I started imagining Radha calling Krishna. I started imagining a bhakta calling Krishna. So I certainly thought that this piece has much more possibility than just Yashoda calling Krishna. Because the call is very different when it is by Radha and when it is by a. So you bring in Vatsalya, you bring in Sringara, and you bring in Bhakti. So I've attempted this piece in 3 different ways. In Vatsalya, in Sringara, and in Bhakti. So you will see, I don't need to tell you where it changes, because the whole body language changes when it's Vatsalya and when it is Bhakti, when it is Sringara and when it's Bhakti. So I'd like to share this piece with you, and then we'll discuss about it. Actually, waiting for Krishna. It's evening time. The birds have all gone to their nest. she's still waiting and Krishna hasn't come. And suddenly she says that, oh, he could be playing a prank on me. He must be hiding somewhere and, making me all worried. And then she suddenly discovers him. So this is the beginning of the piece that leads you into the piece.
Krishna 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 ni begane baro 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 Krishna ni begane begane baro begane baro begane baro begane baro begane
So you can see that the three distinct, how the body, the spine, everything changes when the character changes, and how the Begane Baro becomes so difficult from this Begane Baro to this Begane Baro to this Begane Baro. So how the three become distinctly different from the point of abhinaya and the point of communication, and how you need to stay in that zone for that particular period when you are portraying the mother or Radha or the Bhakta. So that's called holding of the Sthai Bhava. The Sthai Bhava that is very, very predominant in these three sections. Are there any questions based on this piece? Because I sometimes then later on forget to take questions. So if there are questions, anything relating to this piece, I'd like to take it now. Any doubts you had, or anything where you feel you couldn't understand, or I will not let you go out from my heart. I will place you here and I will keep you here so sacrosanct that I will not allow you to go out anymore. So it becomes an inward journey and it becomes Krishna residing in you. Any other question? All okay? Can anybody tell me what dance means to you? Any of you? What does dance mean to you? Because I do this exercise in my class. Almost every 2 months, I ask my children to write why they dance. Because it cannot become a routine. Dance is not like brushing your teeth, having your bath, and then dancing. So what does dance mean to you? Any of you?
Express our body movement through Avinaya Rasa. Express
I
our.
don't want any technical answers.
Okay.
Why do you dance? Peace within yourself. Do you actually get peace? I'm many times I'm fighting with myself because I feel I'm not done what I could have done better.
The thing happens that I'm by profession I am a faculty here.
Yes.
But I do this because it's my passion, because I've learned it from my childhood.
Yes.
So I start dancing whenever I dance. It's like a stress buster from my actual field. I find peace and then I can come back and I can do better.
Rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Anybody else who's found a connect with dance in a different way?
So another way I would like to add on here, sometimes it's also helped me to connect spirituality. Like if I am particularly I'm worshipping a particular god or form of God, it helps me there. So sometimes it's not always you have to come in front of God and you have to fold your hands. You can do it through dance also.
Wonderful. Anybody else? Yes. Give her the mic, please.
For me, dance basically the bridge between mind and body. What we think in our mind, we can express it throughout the dance and through the movements of our body. So for me, dance is obviously something peace of mind and the bridge between our body and our mind.
Very beautifully said, because the body-mind connect is a very important aspect of dance. Because even as you begin to do the tattadavu, you learn and you teach the child to stay in the present. Otherwise, you'll go betala, right? So, today's generation never stays in the present. You're physically here, but mentally somewhere else. Most of the time in this generation. So I think dance pins you down, makes you concentrate, makes you focus. So because I've always seen the ones who are very good in dance are also good in academics. You know, it goes parallel. So there is something about dance learning that makes your mind focus better. So this is something that I have learned over the years teaching young children. And I feel that this is becoming second nature for them. And you actually have to learn, you have to make dance to such a degree that you can't live without it. Now looking back, when I was a child, if I did very well in my school, I would lock myself and dance in a room. If I did very badly, I would again lock myself and dance. So looking back now, that was my stress buster. These words were not there. Stress buster, stress, depression. These were not there when we were growing up. So looking back today, I think, yes, I used this learning of dance as a means of overcoming my moments of low and celebrating my moments of joy and high. So I think if you can make dance that, I think it's a great gift that each of you has in you to express yourself and to feel connected with yourself. Anybody else?
Dance is like a therapy for me.
Yes.
It's dance therapy and dance. So that one is always And right now I'm calm down and I have confidence and I changed my profession. So it's like therapy, like dance movement. It is, I think it is therapy for me.
You should write about it. It's very nice, it's very inspirational for others. So I think these experiences you should jot down and write and share with others. Because many times people feel bogged down with what they're doing, and that's not what they want to do exactly in their lives, and feel trapped. So changing course. I was a mathematician. I did mathematics in my of course, I was learning dance from the age of 5. It was a parallel thing with me. I was already a professional dancer when I went into Lady Shri Ram College. I did maths there. And then in my post-graduation, I did, from the Indian Institute of Mass Communications, I did advertising and public relations. So advertising actually taught me another way of communicating, totally. And I started seeing dance not just as a performative act, that the way it was taught to me, but also a means of communication in a larger sense. And that's when I started doing a lot of contemporary work. I started working on women's themes, on environment, and so on and so forth, because I strongly felt that dance also had to have a sense of purpose and to contribute to society in a way where dance could address these issues without diluting the ethos and the philosophy of the style of the dance form. Yes? Yes. Yeah, sure. Absolutely, absolutely. Can we stand up, all of you? So remove the sofas? Yeah, sure. All of you are familiar with the shlokam Angikam Bhuvanam. Yes? Do you do it in dance? You all know how to do it in dance? Yes, no? Yes? Can I see it? Okay. Karo. Come. Yeah, make rows. Can we do the namaskar quickly? In whatever style you are doing your namaskar, can you do the namaskar quickly? Fast. Come in front a little. There'll more people there at the back. Quickly do the namaskar, please. Since we have limited time. Angikam karo. Angikam bhuvanam yasya vachikam sarvavangmayam aharyam chandra taradi taradi chandra taradi tam numaha satvikam shivam just an obeisance to Shiva. Okay, so there is this one line I will take, and let us see how we can interpret it in various ways. Sundara Syama Sundara Baralila Sundara Bolat Bachana Rasala Sundara Syama Sundara Baralila. Karo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sundara Syama Sundara Baralila Sundara Bolata Bachana Rasala. Yes? is possible in dance and how we expand a concept. Beta, thank you. Expand a concept, just simply one line, which has nothing much to say, but how you can expand it in many, 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 many ways. So now, the possibilities, how it is. You can do it as an action song, and you can also do it as a very serious abhinaya piece. So these are tools where you play the characters and you quickly change the characters, because Bharat Natyam or any of the solo dance forms have the facility of pairing multiple characters in an evening. It is not like Kathakali where you are actually playing one character through the evening. So here you are playing like so many characters in one evening. So here, like suddenly you are Krishna, suddenly you are Yashoda, suddenly you are Krishna again, suddenly you are, oh my God, how can I even hit you? Suddenly you're playing so many multiple characters with quick transitions. So those transitions have to establish. Otherwise it becomes like a mimicry, it just becomes mockery of the line. So you need to quickly kind of have that facility to be able to navigate the characters, and that comes with practice. And Bharatanatyam has so many abhinaya pieces, possibilities, because the padams and javalis that we have are so rich in circumstances which are peculiar, which are so different. And I do one piece from Vidyapati where Radha is talking to Manmatha actually, and saying, why are you throwing these arrows on me? Don't you know I am not Shiva? Go and put your arrows on Shiva. Don't put these arrows on me. So circumstances are so different and so varied that you get a scope to explore many, many things. And of course, you have the traditional pieces which are a fund of information, where you have the Vasaka Sajjanayika or the Khandita Nayika, or even when people say things like classical dance is not contemporary, I tend to completely disagree, because so many years back we have such contemporary compositions which are so relevant even today. There is this beautiful padam which I teach my students, because I think many of them can relate to the character, where the Nayika is saying, I am not scared of anybody. I love Krishna, and whoever wants to gossip can gossip. I don't care. So it's a Tamil padam, which was written so many years back. Yare kahilum bayama summa sollatum gidil enna rahasiyama summa sollatum. Please keep gossiping. I don't care. Yeah, now this is a very contemporary piece. What is so, not contemporary about it? So many of my students can identify with it also. So when you say that dance is not contemporary, it's a very, very loaded statement, I'm sorry. Because I think then you don't know enough how much there is in dance to make a comment like that, Another beautiful Vidyapati piece which I discussed yesterday also, was about Radha saying that Krishna doesn't know he doesn't know the ways of love. He doesn't know how to make love. He didn't know what to do with me last night. She says that it is like, bandar ke gale mein motiyon ka haar. I was just wasted on him. Such a strong feminist statement, and written well. So I think to say that, and to say that you need to write fresh content sometimes makes me laugh, because you've not gone into the depth of what is available and what is already there, what has been done and written for so many years back, and how that is not being used today. And to say that this is not contemporary is something absolutely unacceptable, because I think dance is the most, classical dances are very contemporary, and if you are intelligent, you can contextualize anything to make it relevant today. You have to contextualize it.
Every generation has contextualized it. Our great gurus, during their time, they were path breakers. They did so much to make the style look fresh, I mean, to make it look new. And they never told us that you can't change anything. This is a very recent thing to say that gurus have told us not to change anything and keep it as it is. Not at all. Our gurus who were not dancers, who were from the community of Isai Vellar community, they always told us, don't be a postman, take it from here and give it there. That is not your job. You know, create, make, expand the whole classical idiom by innovating, by exploring, by moving forward, moving the graph, by pushing the frontiers, take more content, use it. So I don't think this is this is a problem of very myopic legacy inheritance, which is really not, I don't think that is what the tradition says. So I would see the tradition as something extremely like a clay, which you mold, which you play around with. You have the techniques, you have the lines that are there, you have the parameters within which you work, and within that, there is magic that is possible. Any more questions? No question.
ওনাকে আবার আসতে বলবে তো তো
Oh, this food for thought for sure, but I feel sad when, institutionalized teaching where you kind of box it into a syllabus, because the learning of the arts is an atha sagara and you can't make a syllabus out of it. You have to constantly see it as an ocean in which you have to make those dives, and you have to keep going deeper and deeper and seeing what is possible. So even if there is a syllabus, do the syllabus, but you must know that the syllabus is only a drop in the ocean. It's only the beginning of a journey. Don't think it as the end of the journey. It's the beginning of a journey which equips you to learn more. Right? So, your question? Yeah, please.
Namaskaram, ma'am. Just one question. Perhaps you're the right person to answer because you have been very vocal from the beginning. Ma'am, do you think there is...
I paid a price for that.
Nevertheless, we all look up to you for speaking up because where our voices are not heard, your voices may be heard. Ma'am, do you think there is enough representation of our community in the bureaucracy and in the parliament who are making rules and regulations for us? And if not, what can be done?
Dancers, you mean?
Yes, yes.
No, answers absolutely not. We are not represented. But the point is that do you want to go into politics and be branded as one party, belonging to a party and its ideology? I think we are people who are free-spirited. We can call the bluff of anybody. And we need to keep a space which is the middle space, which is basically not aligned to a particular ideology or a particular kind of thought process, because we are, I think, free. We are very free to say whatever you want to say at any given point in time. And all these political appointments or associations come with a tag. Huh? So it's a personal choice. You want that tag or you don't want that tag. And I always believe that we should be in the middle and we should always have that space, artistic freedom, to say what we have to say, what we want to say, and not really aligned in a sense. But representation, yes. I think nobody speaks for us in the parliament. Nobody considered us even a constituency which is worth being represented, which is very sad. But the flip side of it, we don't have a collective voice.
True.
If you don't have a collective voice, you don't have a right to ask for representation. We are very fragmented. Theatre people don't talk to dance people don't talk to musicians don't talk to painters. How many dancers do you see in an opening of a painting show? How many dancers listen to music, go to concerts? We talk about interdisciplinarity, but there is no interdisciplinarity in your living, in your way of life. So I think we also need to look inwards before pointing a finger.
Also, ma'am, another thing, while you're talking about being fragmented, you have also been very vocal about government government giving scholarship to one particular Bani in Bharat Natyam, and you have mentioned that in Kathak it does not happen. What can
Where
be
does it
done?
does not happen?
In Kathak. Kathak, all the gharanas get sponsorships.
I have not said that, but I don't think that is true. I think every style has its own problems, and every style is at a different point in its graph and evolution. You have to understand that. Some styles are older styles. Some styles have many more practitioners than the other styles. Some are, for example, Kathakali is very difficult to do solo. You need an ensemble to do a Kathakali through. So and the fact that we are moving from a solo to a spectacle way of life. We need many bodies on stage, we need tam jham and spectacle. That's become the latest fad. So the solo voice is being muffled. So I think those are more the concerns than the concern between Kathak and Bharatanatyam, or Bharatanatyam and Odissi, and Bharatanatyam and Chau and Hotriya. So I think this is again the problem of Acha Bharatanatyam mein tumhara better hai, hamara itna kharab hai. Again the saying, community not coming together and speaking in a collective voice. Theatre is better, they speak for each other. But
Yes.
in dance we don't. So we need to make a community in dance which is cohesive and can make a point. Think about it.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Also, I have a small question to you, but it's a very small. We do not have much time. What you have mentioned regarding the syllabus and the real knowledge, and also the exams are there. Really, it is in the box, and the problems are there. But the real problem is to begin after completing graduation and post-graduation. What? That is, in Indian curricula, in UGC system, that research, PhD, postdoc, in every angle, in every sector, not only in dance, but also theatre, history, geography, all those things are really pointed into write-up, means only reading and writing. There is very few connection with practical, where our performing arts is totally related, it's totally mostly practically a subject, mostly. But you know also it's very well, most of the scholars, means above 90% maybe, a very good scholar, but very few are as well as a good performer in every subject, music, dance, theatre, painting, these, and whom those are very good performer. Scholarship, na? They're scholastic dancer, so maybe national scholarship they got, and another scholarships. Most of them are so far from education. The blending, I know only one person, he's not related to dance, but very fantastic, talented performer in piano, paintings and camera, as well as he was very much dedicated into education, and that is who was none other than Satyajit Ray. But except him, a few, only 2-3 persons or personalities are there who are fond with education as well as practical subject. How we can connect this? इसको कैसे सुलझाया जाए, मतलब इस problem को? If you kindly guide us in a short, I know it's not possible in a short time.
Well, I have been educated, I'm associated with one school in Faizabad where I've been going for the last 10 years, and I've been trying to change the way arts education is seen. The first time I went, I met all the arts education teachers, and the first, I asked them to introduce themselves, and they said, I teach tabla, I teach music, I teach dance, I teach Kathak. So first thing I said is, please say I belong to the performing arts department. Let's begin there. Then I made it mandatory to have one meeting every week of all the arts teachers, so that they at least talk to each other. The music teacher otherwise doesn't talk to the dance teacher. The dance teacher doesn't talk to the painting. He thinks I am a dancer. He's a painter. Hierarchy usi mein. Hierarchy usi mein. So, yes, painting teacher se kya dance, naach karta hai. So, this is the problem. So, if they are like that, what is the message going to the children? So the first thing I said is, this meeting has to be there. Then I said, why am I hearing this Yakundendu Tushara Harda? Is this the only shloka we have on Saraswati? I called the Sanskrit teacher and the Hindi teacher. And I said, sit with the music teacher. By next time when I come, I need 10 shlokas on Saraswati in Hindi and in Sanskrit. You are the resource people, you will give it, the music teacher will compose it, and now there is a collection of Saraswati songs there. In-house resource is not used. Sanskrit teacher has nothing to do with the arts. I said, what is this, Hindi teacher is like on her own trip, So, all of you, I said, will have to collaborate. The other big thing which we did as an experiment was that the music, dance, and theatre teachers needed to sit through the scholastic classes. I said, when the child comes to you, the child has only one head. If you don't know what is happening in maths, in EVS, and in other subjects, how are you going to know what the child is going through? The child is not, you think the child is coming to the dance class, now it is only dance. What does the child come from? You have to know. And then see what is the syllabus that the child is doing, and see where the arts can intervene. Where can the arts play a role in helping them negotiate those subjects? So unless you sit in the scholastic classes, you're not going to understand the child. So that was the next level where the intervention happened. So after all this, one day, many years after 4-5 years, I was going through, I was just walking through, and there was a session going on. The music teacher was teaching them about tabla. So she had about 6 tablas, and the children were banging on it, trying to see it ulta, trying to feel it, and all that. And I said, very good, very nice. Then after that, she did a guided viewing of a great tabla master. He was playing, and she did a guided viewing for the children. What does guided viewing means? कहीं रोक के बताना कि अब क्या हो रहा है, अब लय में क्या बदलाव हो रहा है, अब क्या, supposing a panchanadai is being played, what is the nadai that is being played, explaining all that. That is guided viewing. And after that, I was very surprised. She had called in the physics teacher to talk about sound. Now this is interdisciplinary learning, experiential learning. Unless we learn like this, and this was her own initiative after putting this whole idea into her head that this is what
We want that you know, subjects cannot be isolated. Things have to be all connected. Dots have to be connected. So I feel this is only one school where we've tried this. But this is the kind of module we need. That this suddenly, after reaching masters, you can't say, now I am going to become interdisciplinary. How can it happen? This has to be built into the pedagogy. This has to be built into the learning and teaching process, right from nursery. It's only then that truly your head is interdisciplinary. And when you see something, you immediately connect this, and see it. It's only then. And for that, like suddenly you talk about rain, suddenly we are, reciting Kalidasa. For us, that is the reference. Ritu Samhara se acha aur kya ho sakta hai? So poetry suddenly gets connected to nature. So the interdisciplinarity comes out of a learning process. Cannot happen in isolation. The same thing about scholarship and performance. I think even as you are learning the dance, you must understand that there is this whole world of scholarship that surrounds it. You are only looking at the performative aspect and learning. Learning is so geared towards performance. Parents, before they admit the child, they want to know when the child will perform. Before admission. So we interview the parents before taking the child, and we tell them that we will decide when your child can go on stage. Till then, you have to be shutting your mouth. I can say it because I'm a senior dancer, they are scared of me. But young teachers, they are not able to say. So what you have these half-baked people going on stage, clicking photographs, putting it there, putting it here, how many certificates you have, this is not arts education, this is not learning of the art. This is circus. Arts should be learnt for your personal refinement. The purpose of art is not performance. Performance is one aspect. I'm sure performance is a performing art. It has to be performed. But that's not the be-all and end-all. It's what it is doing to you that is more important. Sorry, I can go on. I don't know if I've answered your question, but this is my own little experience which I had, which I thought I'll share.
It's a big achievement to us, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. To please come on stage, and would like to request Dr. Shugata Das sir Assistant Professor in Performing Arts Dance, Sister Nivedita University, to please felicitate Sir. And now, Momita Chatterjee ma'am, who is also a disciple of Gita Chandran ma'am, is also present here. And I would request ma'am to please come on stage. We would love to felicitate you. Shri Rajiv sir has also promoted Bharat Natyam and Indian classical dances throughout Kolkata and India, and along with that has been a disciple of Padma Shri Gita Chandran ma'am. And both Momita ma'am and Rajiv sir had a tremendous good contribution in the field of Bharatanatyam.
And now Rajiv da will say something about the workshop and her and us.
বলার কিছুই নেই, ম্যাম বলার পর আর কিছু থাকে না। বাংলায় বলছি কারণ অনেকক্ষণ ইংলিশে বলেছি, এবার একটু বাংলায় বলি। হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, বাংলা সামজতে হবে। কিছুই নয়, একটাই লক্ষ্য আমাদের, নাচ যেন সহজ পথে সোজা পথে এগোয়। আর ये काम के लिए इंडिया में एक ही टीचर, एक ही गुरु है, वो हमारा मैम गुरु गीता चंद्रन। हम लोग दिशाहीन हो रहे थे, और दिशा दिखाने के लिए एक ही टीचर, एक ही गुरु है, हमारा मेंटर गुरु गीता चंद्रन। ये काम के लिए उदक परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट्स काम करते हैं बहुत दिन से। हम लोग अनेक दिन धरे ये काज করছি। ये काम में जुड़ा हुआ है अभी एसएनयू। আপনাদের সবার ভালোবাসার এসএনইউ আমাদের এই মহান কাজে সঙ্গে যুক্ত হয়েছে, তাই এসএনইউকেও ধন্যবাদ। আমাদের এই ভবিষ্যতের কাজের জন্য ফিউচারেও আমরা যাতে এই সুন্দর করে শুধু ভরতনাট্যম নয়, ডান্স ফ্র্যাটার্নিটির জন্য যদি আমরা কিছু করতে পারি, সেটা আমাদের জন্য বড় অ্যাচিভমেন্ট হবে। আর সেটা থ্রু ম্যাম, থ্রু উদক পারফর্মিং আর্টস অ্যান্ড এসএনইউর একসঙ্গে কাজ যদি আমরা এগোতে পারি, আমাদের ভবিষ্যতে আমরা আরও এগোতে পারবো। ধন্যবাদ এসএনইউ, ধন্যবাদ শ্রীবত।
And now মমিতা দি কিছু না আমাদের আচ্ছা বেশ thank you very much. A small thank is a very small word for Padma Shri Gita Chandran, and today is a holy day, birthday of Swami Vivekananda, and thanks goes to Swami Vivekananda from Bengal, face of India, that on the anniversary of his birthday, we have done this remarkable workshop and seminar, and and it is a beginning. Today is a holiday, and we have done this. In future, maybe before long, we have to thought regarding the date of that seminar and workshop, and it will not be finished within a day only. Of course, I'll talk personally with Rajiv da and Udak for the valuable time of Gita ma'am, as well as I would like to thank to all of you, the participants, as well as my department, my scholars, our scholars, and the management of SNU. আর তার সাথে একটা ছোট্ট বার্তা দিতে চাই আপনাদের যারা বসে আছেন এবং এই ক্যামেরার মাধ্যমে অগণিত যারা শুনছেন আমাদের ফেসবুক হোক বা আমাদের ইউটিউব লাইভে, যে ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ পারফর্মিং আর্টস সিস্টার নিবেদিতা ইউনিভার্সিটি গ্র্যাজুয়েশন থেকে পিএইচডি পর্যন্ত আমাদের পারফর্মিং আর্টসটা কিন্তু আছে, এবং এখানেতে আমাদের কত্থক ভরতনাট্যমটা স্পেশাল মানে আমাদের সাবজেক্ট করে এগোনো হচ্ছে। এটা ঠিক যে এটা প্রাইভেট ইউনিভার্সিটি, এখানে পড়তে গেলে কিছু টাকা পয়সা লাগে, কিন্তু এটাও অ্যাট দ্য সেম টাইম ঘটনা যে যারা ট্যালেন্টেড স্টুডেন্টস, যাদের ঠিকঠাক সার্টিফিকেট আছে, সেটা ন্যাশনাল স্কলারশিপ হতে পারে, সেটা ফেলোশিপ হতে পারে, সেটা দূরদর্শন হতে পারে, এনিথিং, তাদের জন্য কিন্তু স্কলারশিপের বন্দোবস্ত মানে 25%, 50%, আপ টু 75%, সেটা কিন্তু আমাদের মানে ফুল, মানে সেটা মানে 75% অব দ্য ফ্রি সেটা করে রাখা আছে। বিএ থেকে এমএ পর্যন্ত যে আমি আপনাদের মাধ্যমে বলতে চাই যে আপনারা সেই মানে সুযোগটাও পেতে পারেন শিক্ষার সাথে, এবং সেটা শুধুমাত্র ডান্সের ক্ষেত্রে সীমাবদ্ধ নয়, মিউজিক এবং থিয়েটারের ক্ষেত্রেও সমভাবে প্রযোজ্য। এবং যারা নেট পাস করে আসছেন, যারা রেট পাস করে আসছেন, আমার পিএইচডি স্কলার্স যারা আগামী দিনে গবেষণা করতে চান, তাদের ক্ষেত্রে তো একটি টাকাও নেওয়া হয় না, রাদার তাদের বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় তাদের জন্য স্কলারশিপের বন্দোবস্ত করে থাকেন। তো এই জায়গাটা একটা কালচারাল হাব তৈরি করা হচ্ছে বাই দ্য ইনস্ট্রাকশন অফ আওয়ার অনারেবল চ্যান্সেলর, প্রো চ্যান্সেলর অ্যান্ড ভাইস চ্যান্সেলর স্যার। সেটা আমরা চেষ্টা করছি আমাদের ক্ষুদ্র এবং সীমিত ক্ষমতার মধ্যে দিয়ে। আপনাদের সকলের ভালোবাসা, উদকের ভালোবাসা এবং ম্যাডামের আশীর্বাদ থাকলে আমি বিশ্বাস করি সিনেও সেটা পারবে। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ, থ্যাংকস টু অল অফ ইউ।
With this note, we formally conclude today's program. And thank you everyone for staying with us till the end. And we would like to learn a lot more ahead from ma'am in future.
হ্যাঁ, এই বাচ্চারা একটা ছবি তুলবে তো ম্যাডামের সাথে। হ্যাঁ, তো ম্যাডামকে একটু কষ্ট করে এক পিকচার কে লিয়া কৃপা কর क्या करब, ওরা এটা তুলবে। এই সবাই একটা একটা করে ছবি তোলা যাবে না ওই গ্রুপে, ঠিক আছে? হ্যাঁ, ম্যাডামকে ডিস্টার্ব করো না। একটা চেয়ার দাও না।
Please maintain a distance when you are sitting, okay? Maintain a proper distance when you are sitting. One by one.